All right. Everybody's wondering why President Obama is not in, Paris, France, for this Unity March. I mean, you get the leader of the PLO and the Israeli Prime Minister marching next to each other. So you'd say, maybe our president should be there. When you get the PLO leader, Palestinian Authority, and you have the leader of Israel, the Prime Minister, marching next to each other, that's a pretty good, significant sign that pretty much just about everybody is against what happened in Paris, and everybody's there saying it's bad. Geez, you get Palestinian, Israeli leaders next to each other. God, that never happens. But Obama's not there. Why? Well, if you read his book, Dreams of My Father, you'll see that he grew up and spent a good bit of time in Indonesia. Now, if you look at his Indonesian, when he lived in India, of course, certificate of citizenship, or residency, whatever you want to call it, excuse me, you'll see that his declared religion is Muslim. The reason you have to declare your religion as a child, or in Indonesia, is because you don't go to school with anybody else besides people of the same religion. It's one of their rules and the way they have things over there. It's weird, but it's that way. You're Christian, you go to a Christian school. You're Muslim, you go to Muslim school. That's how it is. So when you wonder why President Obama isn't in Paris, well, a little quick look at that Indonesian certificate of residency, citizenship, whatever it is, shows why. It says Muslim on it very clearly, which would suggest a great deal about why he's not in Paris. It's why my flag over there is upside down, because we're in trouble. I mean, if you want to even get more evidence of that, read Dreams of My Father again, his book, his autobiography. In there you'll see that his mentor picked by his white grandfather when he lived in Hawaii was a man named Frank Marshall Davis. Frank Marshall Davis, again, I said, picked by his white grandfather as a black mentor since he didn't have his black father around to raise him, was a card-carrying member of the Communist Party. Yes, Frank Marshall Davis, card-carrying member of the Communist Party. That was Barack Obama's white grandfather's idea of a black mentor for him because, well, his white grandfather, was a communist. I mean, they specifically moved during his mother's childhood, his grandfather did, that is, to a place where there is a communist school she could go to. This is all facts. I mean, the fact that Frank Marshall Davis was his mentor is vouched for by President Obama himself in his own autobiography. So if you don't like what I'm saying, go talk to him. He wrote the book. So disagree with me all you want. I didn't write the book. He did. And he says it about himself. That's our president. That's the flag's upside down. Upside down flag means something's in distress. Whether it's your army unit, upside down flag, you're in distress. Country, upside down flag, in distress. So everybody, why is Obama not in Paris? Well, let's go look at the Indonesian citizenship or residency record, and it's pretty obvious why. Because what he says he is, he most certainly is not.